Sit up nice and tall. See, so far everybody has survived Inauguration Day. Lengthen up nice and tall. Find your center mass, front to back, side to side, lengthening through your crown. Get out any last minute wiggles, rolling around, shaking out the jitters, getting out the yawns. Fun fact, I think I realized, I don't yawn as much doing it this way. So it's either doing it this way, or it's the fact that we've not gone back to the gym since it closed in whenever, March, April. So I don't go wear myself out before I come see you. Maybe that's it. Lengthen nice and tall through the crown, come to stillness, and flip your hands over so that the palms are up. Stack your shoulders over your hips. Zip your belly from hip bone to hip bone, or from pubic bone to belly button, whichever makes more sense to you. Just imagining lifting the belly, the pelvic floor off of the femur bones. Not tucking so much that it impedes your breath. Just having a slight engagement. Settle into your breath. Just feeling it and being aware of it. We're going to manipulate our breath slightly. As you inhale, I want you to imagine that you're filling your body up from the pelvic floor to the crown. And as you exhale, I want you to imagine that you're draining from the crown down to the pelvic floor. Imagining that the last tiny bit of air that you breathe in lengthens you just a little bit taller, fills the air up all the way to the back of your throat. And as you exhale, imagine it draining from the top down. Maybe visualizing dishwater or bath water draining down through the bottom, rooting into your sit bones. Filling all the way to the crown with breath. Imagine the water rising. And slowly imagine it draining out. The very last bit of air. You may want to draw your belly button in and slightly up to press out that last bit of air. And then relax the belly to fill back up from the bottom. Take a few more breaths. Feeling the air through your body, rising and falling, pressing out that last bit of air, as if you're squeezing it out of your body using your abs. Check the alignment of your neck. Do you have your chin parallel with the floor or slightly dipped or up? Drop it just a tiny, tiny bit so you open the back of your neck slightly. Are you slouched in your seat? Can you reach through your crown as you continue your breathing, continue your breaths, the filling and the emptying? We're going to take our hands, we're just lift them up off of our lap, and we're just going to kind of shake them out. Just wringing out your hands, letting them shake out like you're flicking stuff off, water off the tip of your fingers. And I want you to keep flicking those hands as you slowly start to raise your arms. Your elbows are bent, you're in a comfortable position. Just flick all the way up over your head and flick all the way back down. You can actually flick through your wrist, or you can flick through your fingers in like a starburst kind of thing, just flicking it off. Just imagine that you're releasing and flicking that tension away, flicking away negativity, getting rid of anything you don't need today, and warming up your arms at the same time. Whichever form of flicking feels good to you. Moving your arms around, moving your wrists around. Roll your shoulders, keep your hands and fingers flicking around, moving. Roll your shoulders forward and back and around, and the other direction. And then just bring your arms to stillness, rest them back down into your lap, palms up. Take a couple of breaths. Feel the energy through your arms, through your fingers. Taking your right arm down to your side, palm is facing out to the side. You're going to take a deep breath and scoop that air up on the right side. Scoop it all the way overhead, and then do a tiny bit of a lean as you fill your air up. And then when you're ready to exhale, flip your palm, press the air down, stack your spine back on top of each other. Pushing all of the air out. Another time on the right side, palm out as you scoop air up on your inhale. Start to do a little lean, last bit of air, feel the side of your chest. Exhale, flip your palm and push the air down like you're palming a basketball. So you have energy in your hands, your fingers are slightly bent, rounded around that basketball. Flip your palm, inhale up. Start to do a little lean as you move. Exhale, palm that basketball, push that energy down, push the breath down. Return your right hand to your lap, palm up. Left hand down and out, palm out, inhale up. Gather that air, start your lean, lengthen, flip your hand, palm down, press the air away, press the energy away. Palm that basketball all the way down. Flip hand, inhale up. Much air as you can get, all the way to the top as you lean, and then start to sit back up as you exhale. The last bit of that breath, make sure you press it out using your abs. Inhale up, gather air, and exhaling down. Returning your hand to your lap, palm up. Lengthen through crown, root through sit bones. Realign. And I want you to take 3 more of those breaths that are filling up and draining out. After you've exhaled on your third breath, the fourth breath is going to be an inhale, palms up and out to either side. Arms parallel. Imagine you're holding 2 trays of drinks on either side. Flatten your palms slightly. If you need to bend your elbow in order to accomplish that, that's fine. Stretching across our chest, shoulders. On your next inhale, lead your thumbs backwards slightly to open your chest a little more. Exhale, pressing all of the air out, using your arms, leading with the pinkies forward. Just come as far forward as you have breath left. When you're ready to inhale, start leading with thumbs, opening chest. Exhale, lead with pinkies. Inhale, lead open with thumbs. As you exhale and lead forward with the pinkies, that last bit of air squeeze through your chest muscles to help press it out. And like that, you know, we must increase our busts. That silly saying, same concept. Last exhale, come forward, squeeze in through the walls of the chest. On your inhale, lengthen through your spine, open your arms out to the side, flip your palms over and reach to either side. Reach through the tips of your fingers, keeping your shoulders in a neutral position. Don't let them rise up. Don't let them press down, forward or back. Slowly and very annoyingly slow, lower down. Almost as if you are squeezing down to your sides, pushing through mud. Once your arms touch your sides, relax. Relax the fingers, the arms. Let them hang from the shoulder. Drop your right ear to the right side, opening up on the left side. Just keeping that left arm completely relaxed. Tuck your chin and slowly start to roll forward. Roll all the way around over to the other side, so the left ear is over the left shoulder. Right arm is completely relaxed. Create some space in the side of the neck. Again, tuck chin, roll nice and slow. All the way over to the right side, opening up on the left side. And this time I want you to feel free to play with your position a little bit. Maybe you want to lift or dip your chin. Maybe you want to rock your head forward or back in space. Find a muscle that needs attention, that wants more stretch. Go nice and slow. Pay attention to each muscle as it reacts to your movement. And if you find a spot you want to just hold and breathe into, feel free. If you like the movement, keep moving. And when When you're ready, start tucking your chin and slowly roll over to the left side again. Left ear is over left shoulder. Pause and take a breath before you start your moving exploration. Moving either the chin up and down or the head back and forward in space, or a combination of both to find any little muscle that needs some attention. And when you're ready, tuck your chin and start slowly rolling the head back to the center. Pause to center. Start lifting the head up. Chin continues to go up to ceiling. Lips are closed, jaw is relaxed. If you want a little more chest stretch, you can roll your shoulders back or down, or you can leave them in place, or you can move them around a little bit. And when you're ready, start to bring your head back to face forward. Settle into your breath, check your spinal alignment, check your stacking. Bring your right arm up, right palm on your thigh. And bring your left arm forward, palm down. You're just reaching forward. Reach your fingertips forward, bringing your shoulder forward. And then draw your shoulder back towards your spine, your shoulder blade. Drawing the straight arm back in space. Then reach it forward, put your hand forward, then draw it back. Reach it forward, draw it back. And we're going to do two with the palm up. So flip your hand, palm up, reach forward, and draw back. Reach forward, and draw back. Relax and put your left hand on the lap. Lift your right arm, palm is down, just reaching it forward in space. And reach with the shoulder going with it, and then draw it back. Reaching it forward, and drawing it back. Two with the palm face up. Reach forward, and draw back. Reach forward, and draw back. Flip over, return your hand to your lap. Roll your shoulder, twist, whatever feels good. Do a little intuitive movement. We do a little bit of leg stuff. So grab your strap, dog leash, belt, whatever you want to use. Lasso your right foot. You can hold it with both hands, or you can just hold it with one. You can scoot forward just a tiny bit so you're not pressed so far up into the chair. You have a little bit of support. Because as we lift a leg, we have a tendency to round, and then you're going to press your back more into the chair. So I want you to utilize your core to lengthen through your spine. Take a nice deep breath. Exhale, lift leg up. Use the strap for support. Additional support. I do not want you to completely relax your leg. I want you to have a little micro bend in your leg. Your toes, however, are relaxed. lengthen through your crown. Rather than leaning back, make sure you're reaching down and holding your strap or whatever you're using down far enough so that you can sit up tall. All the way from hip joint, toes out. Keep them in line with the knee. Don't crank the ankle over. And rotate to toes in. Up. And we're going to open and close 3 times. So open to about a 45-degree angle. Close it back in. Go nice and slow. Be aware of the muscles it uses. Draw the pelvic floor off the femur. Give it lots of room to move. Now we're going to go up and down 3 times. Use your arms to draw it up and down. Up. Last one. Come to parallel with the floor. Draw your toes back towards your torso and lengthen through your crown. Keep that little micro bend in your knee. Keep the joint supported instead of completely relaxed. Slowly start to lower leg. Switch feet when you get there. Realign spine. Sit bones if you need to. Get your hands situated. Sit up nice and tall. Deep breath. Exhale. Bring that leg up. Make sure you have a tall spine. You're not leaning back. Have a little micro bend in your knee just to keep you from preventing you from locking it out. All the way from the hip joint, toes go out. And rotate to toes in. Don't crank your ankle over, keep everything lined up. Toes go up to ceiling. Make sure you're supported through your spine, zip up your abs. We're gonna go to the outside 3 times. Nice and slow. Drawing it back in. Zipping up the abs, pulling the pelvic floor off of the femur bone to give it lots of room for movement. Make sure you're breathing. Now we're gonna go up and down 3 times. Utilize the arm, up and down. Try not to lean back as you lift. And then bring toes back. Lengthen through crown, micro bend in knee. Feel the stretch down the calf, sole of the foot, the glute, the back, all kinds of places. And slowly lower back down. Once you're down, shake it out. Good stuff. All right, we're going to stand up and we're going to put our chair in front of us so that we can lean over it and use it for some other stuff, some balance stuff. Not hard balance stuff today. We did tree on Tuesday, so. So stand at least chair width apart. Make sure you're hinging at your hip and not up here in your belly. Back is nice and flat as you come forward. Hands to either side of your chair. And first I want you to just let your belly hang, exaggerated hang. Feel like that sway back horse. And go ahead and let your chest slump through your arms. Front side of your body is completely relaxed. You may feel a little bit of strain in the backside of your body because of the weight. If you would like to flatten out a little bit to relieve that, you may. One more breath. Starting with your pelvic floor, I want you to tuck your pelvic floor in, then tuck in through your belly button, tuck in up underneath your rib cage. Your back starts to round. Tuck in through your chest, dropping your chin, taking your chin through the gates of your arms as you drop your head. Nice big round arch. Breathe into your back. Slowly start to lower your arch, flattening your back. And I want you to keep your abs pulled in as you imagine opening your chest through the gates of your arms, lifting your head slightly. Open sit bones, but keep your abs pulled in so you don't over arc your back in a downward. Slowly start to round again. Taking your chin through the gates of your arms, tucking through your belly, squeezing through your glutes, pulling your belly button into your spine. Gonna hold this for a breath or two. If you want to rock forward and back and feel the stretch move into different areas of the back, you can. After your last exhale, start to flatten your back, open your sit bones. Take your heart through the gates of your arms as you lift your head slightly. Just a little bit to look forward. You're not looking up to the ceiling, just looking forward. Hold for a breath. Rock back and forth if you want to feel the difference in the stretch. And then bring yourself to flat back. Line up your crown of your head with the tip of your tailbone. Rock your hips side to side. Take your hips over to the right side. Take the left hand and put it in the center of the chair or footstool, whatever you have, and then start to open up on the right. Nice twist, belly pulled in. You can look up at your hand. If it's uncomfortable to have your hand in the air, you can put your hand on the back of your head, or you can put your hand on your hip and open your shoulder and elbow instead. Slowly start to float down. As you float down, hips come back to center. Put both hands on either side. Rock your hips back and forth. Back is flat, so belly is drawn in a little bit to flatten your back. Hips to the left, right hand in the center of the chair. Start to unfold to the left side. Bring into a twist. Draw your belly in a little bit more. Put your hand where it's most comfortable, either in the air, the back of the head, or the hip. But open the shoulder and open the elbow. One more breath. Slowly float down. Putting hands on either side as your hips float back to center. Come up on your tippy toes. Bend your knees a little bit more. Try and center your weight so that all your weight isn't come forward onto the hands. By bending the knees and center over your feet. Slowly start to lower your feet, nice and slow. When your heels touch, put the weight in the heels, rock your hips back in space, lift the toes slightly. Peek down and check your knees. Are your knees in line with your toes? Or have they folded in? Open them up so that they're in line with your toes. So if your toes are facing forward, your kneecap should face forward. Mine are not. Mine are facing out slightly. So your kneecap should be facing out slightly. Slowly start to come forward with your weight. Peel your heel off of the mat, coming up on your tiptoes. Center your weight evenly over both feet and gentle on your hands. You should have very little weight on your hands. You should be able to lift one hand at a time or come up to tippy fingers. Protecting your wrist. Slowly go down with those feet. When your heels touch, transfer your weight to the back, lifting your toes slightly, opening your knees, engaging through the glute muscles. Belly drawn in to protect the spine. Start bringing your weight back even over both feet. Shake out your legs. You have a couple of choices. You can go to your elbows. You can go to your forehead on the chair, or you can scooch the chair out of the way a little bit, and you can just forward bend. Take a moment, take a few breaths. You can bend and straighten your legs if you want to. You can rock your hips a little bit. If you do not have your forehead on the chair, you can rock your head side to side in a no. And you're going to heel toe, walk your feet underneath your hips. And then I want you to drop your bottom like you're going to sit on a chair behind you. Just a little bit, drop, bend knees, squeeze butt, start to lift your torso, nice and slow, all the way to the ceiling. Arms keep going for a breath. Exhale, arms down. We're gonna do that one more time. So we're gonna inhale up first, forward bend. You can either stop and put your head on the chair or your elbows, or you can go all the way over. Whatever feels good. Pause for a moment. Deep bend in your knee like you're gonna sit down. Straighten your back, start to lift your head. Coming all the way up, nice and slow. Squeeze through the butt. As the head comes up, your arms start to inhale up. And exhale down. Shake out your arms and legs, and let's make our way to the floor. We're going to start lying down. Either draw your knees up and roll a little bit, or you can open your knees and flop a little bit, releasing any tension. Giving your back a break. All right. We're going to do a figure 4, but we're going to do a modified one. We're not going to do it with the strap. We're not going to get that intense unless you want to. If you want to put your left foot in the strap to do our laying down figure 4, you can. If you don't want to, then you just tuck your left foot in as close, pull it in as close to your butt as you can. Then lay your right leg over your left thigh so that your right ankle is hanging off. And open your knee out. That may give you a little bit of a stretch. If you want to draw the knee in a little bit more across midline, you can. Or like I said, you can strap your left foot. You can also reach through, thread the needle and reach the back of your thigh and hold on to it with your hands if you want. Breathe for a moment. And I want you to press your back into the floor using your abs. Try and relax your glute. And release. Let the curve of your back return. Engage your abs first and then press your back into the floor. Try not to let your left leg do the work. Try and relax the glute, the thigh, the calf. Resist the urge to use the foot to push your back down. And relax. Switch legs, whether you be with a strap or without. Strap switches to right leg if you're right foot if you're using a strap. If not, draw your right foot in as close to your butt as you can. And then bring the left ankle up onto the right thigh. Ankle actually hangs off slightly. Opening your knee up or drawing your knee in, whichever feels more comfortable. Try and relax through your glutes. Your belly's relaxed at this point. And flatten your back into the floor using your abs. Check your leg. Is your leg involved? Can you release it? If it is, can you release your glute? Can you release your thigh? Can you release your calf? Are you pushing with your foot at all? And relax. Let the curve return. One more time. Engage your belly first, like you're preparing to catch a ball, and then press your back into the floor. Release the leg. And relax. Feel the curve in the spine return. Release your foot, put it on the floor. Both feet, draw them in as close to your butt as you can. Just kind of lifting your heel up, walking your toes in, and then lower your heels down. A little bit uncomfortably close. Make sure your feet are hip width apart. And I want you to engage your abs again and press your back into the floor. Your hands are going to come to both sides of your body, palms down, fingers reaching towards toes, pressing the back into the floor. Lifting your shoulders up off the mat a little bit to reach a little bit further down towards your toes. Relax, let your shoulders slide up to neutral. Relax your elbows, relax your hands, relax your belly. One more time, engage your abs, like you're just protecting yourself. And then press your back into the floor. Straightening your arms, drawing the shoulders down towards your feet, reaching the fingertips. Belly's really pushing that back into the floor. Dip your chin slightly to lengthen your neck. Press into the floor with the soles of your feet. Push your back into the floor with your abs. Dipping the chin. Lift the hands off the mat and reach a little bit further. Keep the belly engaged. You may lift your head if you want, or you can keep it on the floor. It's totally up to you. It's a Pilates kind of thing. Draw the belly deeper into the spine. And then slowly relax everything back to neutral. Shoulders come back up. Elbows and hands relax. Glutes, belly relaxes. Walk the feet out, away from the bottom. Walk them out to the sides. Do some flopping. Side to side. Both knees over to the right. Roll up on the outside edges of your feet. Put a block underneath if you need to support your back. Take your left arm up overhead, palm is up. Reach as far up as you can. Feel your abs engage as you reach. Then squeeze your left glute and press your hip forward. Completely relax the right leg. Draw the belly into the spine a little bit more. Imagine that you are trying to point your belly button towards the ceiling. So your lower body is twisted slightly to the right and you're trying to press your belly button and point it forward. Relax your glute, relax your arm, pull your belly in to draw your knees up. Give it a couple flops side to side. And then take the knees over to the left, rolling up on the outside edges of the feet. Support the left thigh if you need to for the back. Breathe for a moment. Take right arm overhead, reaching as far as you can. Feel the abs engage, squeeze the glute, press hip forward. There's our Shavasana sound. We're going to hold this for a moment more. Imagine that that belly is rotating up towards the ceiling, even though you're pressing your hip the other direction towards the left wall. Nice breaths. Relax your arm, relax your glute. Draw your abs in to pull your knees up. And ready yourself for Shavasana. You can rock a little bit more. Draw your knees up and roll a little bit. Release any tension. Get all of your creature comforts, blankets, pillows, animals, covering your eyes if you would like, blocking out the extra light. Gently find yourself at stillness. And tune into the rhythm of your breath. The rise and fall of your chest, the movement of the diaphragm, the body drawing the breath in, the body allowing the breath to escape. Breathing in and renewing, breathing out and relaxing. Allowing whatever thoughts enter your mind to pass by like a parade. Just letting them go. Returning your attention to the breath whenever necessary. Finding a point of the breath that is easy to focus on. You can draw your attention to. And I want you to imagine in your mind standing in the middle of Times Square, deserted. You may have been there, you may have not, but you may know what it looks like from a New Year's Eve celebration or from a newscast. Just imagine you're in this big city, tall buildings. The sun is out, but you're mostly shaded from the building shadow. You hear no sounds of people, but you hear the sound of the crosswalk lights changing. Maybe they're audible, a voice speaking, or maybe they're just beeps. You can hear the humming of the lights and the signs changing, scrolling words, flashing pictures. You can look up at the tops of the buildings and see the sun shining on some of the windows. And if you could imagine for just a moment that that empty area is completely full of people on New Year's Eve, laughing, hollering, stumbling. The atmosphere is alive with electricity. The excitement for the ball to drop. People hanging out of windows, hollering across from building to building, across the crowd. It's cool and brisk. You feel yourself jostled. You feel yourself cramped. Although it's cool out, the swarm of people makes you feel warm. You feel the need to retreat. Imagine closing your eyes and tuning into your breath. Imagine that all that goes away. The people leave. The sun is out. You in the buildings. The signs changing. The concrete beneath your feet. The stillness. The sounds that the buildings and the signs make on their own. The birds. Drawing into yourself. Feeling at peace. Releasing the chaos. Releasing the agitation. Releasing the confinement. Releasing all of the noise that tries to come inside. Whatever you no longer need, no longer want or want to change. Just imagine that it just goes away as you breathe it. It falls away like scales from your body, from your mind. It falls away as if dropping a robe and letting it pool at your feet. It falls away as if rinsing the shampoo out of your hair and having it puddle at your feet. It falls away as if walking out of the ocean and letting the water drain off of your body. Just let it fall away. Whatever it is, let it go. Feel your heart in your chest. Feel the breath in your lungs renewing your body. Allowing yourself to fill back up with excitement and hope, with new, with change. With the energy of a new day. Gently begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Roll your wrists and ankles. Bend and straighten your elbows and knees. Roll your shoulders. Squeeze and release your glutes. Arch and flatten your back. Turn your head side to side. Get motion in your joints. And when you're ready, gently roll over onto your side, stacking shoulders, hips, knees. In the midst of your chaos, whether it be an internal chaos or the chaos in the world, the chaos in your mind and your heart, take a moment to breathe, to go into side, to find a happy place in your mind and your thoughts, and just let it go. Gently peel yourself up off of the mat, off of the floor, finding a comfortable seat with a long spine. Inhaling in and filling up to the crown, and exhaling, allowing it to drain. I want you to take 3 nice big filling breaths and allow them to slowly drain out like bath water. On your last exhale, slowly drop your head forward, opening the back of your neck. And then do nice little turn side to side like a no position. Making them as big or as small as you want, playing with the size, the depth. And then tuck chin and roll right. Tuck chin and roll left. And tuck and roll right again. And tuck and roll left again. Coming back to center, doing the little nose. Slowly start to bring your head back up to neutral as you go nose side to side. Pause on the right. Take it over to pause on the left. Come back to center. Take a nice deep breath up. Gathering the air, reaching from sit bones to fingertips. Exhale down. On another breath. Inhale, gather air. Reach tall. And exhale down. Last breath. Inhaling up. Gather as much air as you can. Bring your hands together overhead. Exhale, slide them down to your chest. Lengthening through crown. Fluttering your eyes open. Take a nice big breath. And namaste.